Okay, hello guys. Okay, so I'm going to watch videos about Epstein files, because there are some new documents that has been released. Many documents, many pages, and there are like big names there, but I don't know the details. I'm going to watch it for the first time.
Male Epstein victim allegedly raped by President Bush.
What? Male Epstein's victim was allegedly raped by President Bush and witnessed a baby being what? Dismembered, no?
Bush. This is the first Bush, not the second Bush. Witnessed
Okay, it's the first Bush.
a baby being dismembered. Isn't that cute? Let's go ahead and read this. So here we go. I'd like to add a few other points disclosed by my purported victim. While on his yacht, he witnessed an African-American males having sex with white blonde females, all of whom were bleeding during intercourse.
Who is this person?
Isn't that cute? Let's go ahead and read this.
Okay, it's the FBI New York.
So here we go. I'd like to add a few other points disclosed by my... Let's go ahead and read this.
Okay, so it's interview of purposed Epstein victim.
So here we go. I'd like to add a few other points disclosed by my purported victim. While on his yacht, he witnessed an African-American males having sex with white blonde females, all of whom were bleeding during intercourse. He was a victim of the type of ritualistic sacrifice in which feet were cut off with a scimitar, but left no scarring. On the yacht, he witnessed babies being dismembered, their intestines removed, and individuals eating the feces from their intestines. He was...
What? An individual is eating the feces from these intestines. He was also raped by George Bush. Okay, a victim disclosed he was escorted to the FBI building by Michael Moore, who is the creator of True Pundit, described by multiple online sources as a conspiracy-driven news website that attempts to paint the FBI in a bad light. Moore has a criminal record as a result of an FBI investigation.
was also raped by George Bush the First. I'm just reading it, guys. Don't get mad at me. I'm just reading this. There ain't no way this shit's real. I mean, it might not be real. I don't think it's right. Like, I mean, again, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence.
That's true. That's true. For what I'm just seeing in this email, it's just so horrible. It's so evil that I cannot believe it. I need like very strong proofs.
But damn, this is gonna require some fucking astronomical evidence. Oh my god. Yes.
It's ridiculous.
Why are you laughing? Because it's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. That's why. Oh my god. And so anyway, victim disclosed that he was being escorted to the FBI building by Michael Moore, who's the creator of True Pundit, described on multiple sources as a conspiracy-driven news website that attempts to paint the FBI in a bad light. Moore has a...
Wait, who is Michael Moore? Michael Moore. American film director. So, okay, a critical look at the George W. Bush administration and the War on Terror. It remains the highest grossing documentary of all time and won the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival. Okay, so I see. Okay, what is his relationship with Epstein's files? Okay, there is no documented evidence linking filmmaker Michael Moore to Jeffrey Epstein's little black book, private flight logs, or his private Iceland. Okay, while his name appears in some research contexts related to the Epstein's files, this is primarily due to several other prominent figures with the same name or distinct professional connections. So, there is nothing important here.
Criminal record as a result of the FBI investigation. Let me know if you want to discuss the former FBI agent that called into this head office. Oh my fucking god. So it goes even farther than this. All right.
Okay. Who is the interview of purported Epstein victim? Oh, okay. So this is here. And Thursday, August 27th, 2019, myself and SA conducted an interview of a purported victim of Jeffrey Epstein's as per a referral by former FBI SA and journalist Michael Moore, not a filmmaker. So what I searched basically was a filmmaker. Wait, journalist. Journalists. No, there is no information about him. Michael Scott Moore, journalist and novelist. So I'm not going to search anymore because there are many similar names and it just maybe accidentally someone else being accused. I'm just not searching anymore.
Wow, this is going to be crazy. Let's go. Anyone who believes the anonymous tips line also believes the world is flat? Yeah, that's true. And all of these are anonymous tips. They're not substantiated. It doesn't mean anything is real. But here we go. On Tuesday, August 27, 2019, myself and SA conducted an interview of a purported victim of Jeffrey Epstein as per referral by a former FBI SA and journalist Michael Moore. Oh, not the filmmaker. Oh, okay. But at 1200 hours.
Yeah. Okay, he was also thinking about the filmmaker. Yeah. I mean, that will be very complicated for the famous people who have the similar name to someone else. Oh my god.
The male identified as one, arrived at the C-20 office, stated he was unemployed and resides with his mother and her unemployed, morbidly obese boyfriend. Stated he has ingested hallucinogenic mushrooms as well as other illicit substances in the past and currently
So stated he has ingested. Okay, that's nothing. Reported being raped by his grand uncle since the age of 5 years old until age 22. Okay. Oh, okay. Stated he was raped by Epstein in 2000 on a large yacht, 9 out of I don't know how many, as well as by former US President William J. Clinton. Wow.
Smokes marijuana, reported being raped by his great uncle since the age of 5 years old until 22. Described, you know what this is like? This is like a cutscene in Diablo 2. Really? Holy shit! Oh my god!
Wait. Diablo 2. Wait. Okay. Diablo 2. Diablo 2. So I haven't played this game. I don't know what he's talking about. It's like a horror movie, horror games. Like, you know, when you are searching the rooms and you find small pieces of evidence. This is like that.
What?
And you, it's like a puzzle, and you put them beside each other finally to realize what's going on. But these claims are just so big. It's not yet any proof. It's just some claims.
It's worse. Yes, it's even worse. Want to vomit? Oh, it gets worse. Get ready. Listen to this. This describes meeting Epstein at a yacht club in who knows where. Of his relatives were members, first at age 5 and later at age 8. States he was raped, sodomized by Epstein in 2000 on a large yacht, 9 out of I don't know how many, as well as by former President William J. Clintonian. Uh-oh. States that the current President Trump, along with his wife Melania, were present during the yacht trip. Trump not married to his current spouse Melania until 2005. Reports
while being raped by Epstein and Clinton, he was in a heavy drug induced state. Okay, stated all of this were recovered repressed memories until he began therapy sometime in 2016. Okay, so I stated all of the above incidents were recovered repressed memories.
While being raped by
It's just being weird. So basically the person is claiming very big claims, and for that, you know, for this kind of claims you need very significant proofs.
Epstein and Clinton that he was in heavy drug-induced state. Stated that all above incidents were recovered repressed memories until he began therapy in 2016 appropriately. Offered no supporting or corroborating evidence or witnesses that could be contacted.
Offered no supporting or evidence or witnesses that could be contacted.
To me, emotionally unbalanced and intoxicated. At this time, it is not recommended that any investigative sources be expended concerning this claim. So, recovered memories? Well, yeah. I mean, this is, dude, eating the oh my god, this is just deranged, isn't it? Yeah, this crazy bullshit spoils the stuff that may or may not be real, and it harms the real victims. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I'm not going to say that 100% is wrong, but I give a high percentage. It's not real because he didn't give any contact for the witnesses or any kind of proofs. He just claiming.
Yeah, but how are we supposed to know what's real? Yeah, I mean, this is it.
This is a good point. How can we know?
I mean, like, I didn't. Thanks. I didn't realize Bush raped him too. Okay. He has more to tell us too, he said. Thanks. I didn't realize, oh, the president raped him too? Okay. Got it. Yep, sure. So basically, this is what my mom always believed, is that there is an initiation ritual into the leadership class of the world. And inside of the initiation ritual, you would have to do something that is like just so like insanely like perverted, perverse, evil, deranged, and awful that you would do two things. The first thing would be that you would have blackmail on you that would totally destroy your life with no chance of ever recovering it, so they can control you and you have to operate within their best interests. That's number one. And number two, it is the basically the refutation of anything other than hedonistic Luciferian desires. So it is the refutation of religion, a higher power, or anything like that. And it's done not necessarily in, like because you've got to remember, like, Satanism and Luciferianism, these are like two branches maybe of the same tree, but they're not the same branch. It's different. And so whenever you're talking about this is more about the, you know, obviously, like, yeah, the Illuminati. Keep in mind, like, what is even the word? Look at the etymology of the word Illuminati. And not same at all, exactly. And so this is, no, there's a lot to, like, y'all don't understand. Like, I don't talk about this stuff a lot, but I mean, y'all think I spent 25 years on the internet for nothing? Y'all think I just been looking at porn the whole time? No, only half the time. Not evil, just powerful. Well, I mean, it's Lightbringer, right? There's the Lucius Trust, Luciferianism, and then again, like, it goes into, like, you know, the fucking, you know, the dollar bill and everything. This is like a huge conspiracy. I'm not even saying that I believe this, but I'm saying that this is the pieces that they put together, right? So yeah, do you believe in the Satanism shit, or does it only matter if they do? Do I believe in it? I think Satanism is a lot kind of like Scientology, where it's an idea.
Okay, so I don't know what happened to my camera. Okay, wait. Okay, so I should see what's the problem with the camera. It just stopped working. Okay. Okay, I solved it. Fortunately, I was a little bit worried that I needed to re-stream, but no, fortunately it wasn't needed to stop the stream. Okay, so where we was?
Ideology that's built around like metaphysical kind of I'm trying to think like the word for it, like metaphysical, like a philosophy, and not necessarily like a belief system. I know that they have like Xenu, and there's, you know, obviously Satan, but like it's mainly a metaphysical philosophy that's different. Like Anton LaVey, who's the other guy? Aleister Crowley, like these guys, like they were religious, and they were, but it was more than religious. It was a cult.
Oh, I don't know what he's talking about.
Right? Because like you've got to remember, like these guys were part of the Golden Dawn. The Golden Dawn. This was a group that I think it was Anton LaVey joined. It could have been Aleister. You know, it was Aleister Crowley joined whenever he went to Oxford as well. There's a lot of this, right? Real, but I am saying that if it is real, if like, listen guys, I'm not saying that it's real, but I am saying that if it is real, if you think of like a 200 piece puzzle and there's 195 pieces on there, this is piece 196. It is.
Okay.
It is. This fits perfectly inside of every other conspiracy. The 4chan founder Moot is on the Epstein files. Look at this. Last night in San Francisco, I met some interesting people. There is a cool guy, kid, that you should meet. Christopher Poole. He is only 23.
Okay, so you see, last night and this morning in SF. For fun, also met some interesting people. There is a cool guy, kid, that you should meet. Okay, he's only 23. The rest of the day in Seattle in MTG, TMR morning for New York.
Read his bio. So Christopher Poole is the creator of 4chan. Yes. So he met Jeffrey Epstein.
Okay, wait.
Poole is the creator. Only 23. Read his bio. So Christopher Poole is the creator of 4chan.
4chan. Okay, so I see what is that.
'96. It is. Under Moot is a.
Okay, 4chan founder. I will see 4chan founder. Okay, Christopher Poole. So I'm curious to see what is. Okay, I don't know what is 4chan, and I don't know him, but it seems that he was in contact with Epstein's. I will see. He launched 4chan on October 2003 at the age of 15 while living with his parents in New York. So what is 4chan? So there are many big people involved in Epstein's scandal, but I don't know. I'm very curious to see how Epstein's had like so many relationship with important people. Okay, 4chan is a simple image-based bulletin board where users can post comments and share images anonymously. Unlike most social media, it requires no registration. Okay, anyone can post without an account. Okay, harassment campaigns. The site has been used to coordinate large-scale harassment such as Gamergate and rates on other websites. Extreme content. Due to the lack of strict rules, boards like Be and Pool often host graphic imagery, hate speech, and conspiracy theories like QAnon and Pizzagate. Okay. So I will see what is the Christoph Pool relation with Epstein.
On the Epstein files. Look at this. Last night in San Francisco, I met some interesting people. There is a cool guy, kid, that you should meet. Christopher Poole. He is only 23. Read his bio. So, Christopher Poole is the creator of 4chan. Yes. So, he met Jeffrey Epstein. Oh my God. And then here we go here. This is the big one, guys. This is the big one. Poll. This is a subreddit that a lot of people are on this subreddit. And those people, I'll say this. If you want to get an alternative view on politics, go to Poll. You're going to hear things there you don't hear anywhere else. You don't hear anybody else talking about shit on there. It's a subreddit. Sorry, I'm too Reddit brain. That's like a... Honestly, I feel like that's like a... I basically just called it a slur. I did. I guess calling a board a subreddit is actually basically a slur. Oh man, that's bad. And so anyway, it's embarrassing. Yeah, they hate you now. Does Poll hate me now? I don't know. Should I go on Poll on stream? Should I do that? What do you think, guys? And so anyway, this was in October the 10th to 23rd, 2011. So 3 days after Jeffrey Epstein, he's great. I have no idea who he is when we met. We talked almost an hour nonstop. That's a little bit. Same toe after that. Might have forgotten this. Many years ago, there was a
Okay, the Israel thing was literally a shitposter going to the Poll archives state page, adding Israel to the top, and then posting it on here, joking that it was a database leak, and people who have never seen a 4chan archive before believe
a leak that showed the amount of people that, let's see here, Poll's archive stats, adding Israel to the top and posting it here as a database leak. Oh, is it not true? Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. It's not true. No, it's gotta be true. It's too good to be true. No, it can't be a lie. Because Israel it's fake? No, this conspiracy was promised to me 3,000 years ago. Fuck! Oh my God! Why would they do this?
So I'm going to see something bigger. Okay, Epstein Files new release. Okay, 8 new revelation from the Epstein files. What is the website? Okay.
The dirt, the stench of scandal, he just cannot escape it.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're detailing the latest revelations and occurrences stemming from the 2026 Department of Justice release of Epstein-related documents. Warning: some information contains distressing details.
Because this girl deserves the truth.
Because she deserves the truth.
Because we all deserve the truth.
Ghislaine Maxwell takes the fifth in congressional deposition.
And it informed all of us that Ghislaine Maxwell has decided to take the Fifth Amendment and refuse to answer any questions.
Ghislaine Maxwell.
So what is the Fifth Amendment? Okay, Fifth Amendment, it's... Okay. The Fifth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution provides crucial protections for individuals in legal proceedings, including the right to the grand jury indictment for capital crimes, protecting against double jeopardy, being tried twice for the same offense, and the right against self-incriminations. It also guarantees due process of law before depriving someone of life, liberty, and or property, and ensures just compensations for private property taken for public use. Okay. So here.
The once privileged British socialite who became Jeffrey Epstein's closest confidant and was convicted in 2021 of crimes related to trafficking, showed up for a congressional deposition on February 9, 2026 via video from her federal closest confidant and was convicted in 2021 of crimes related to trafficking, showed up for a congressional deposition on February 9, 2026 via video from her federal prison. However, Maxwell refused to answer any questions, choosing to invoke her Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination instead.
As expected, Ghislaine Maxwell took the Fifth and refused to answer any questions. This obviously is very disappointing. We had many questions to ask about the crimes she and Epstein committed, as well as questions about potential co-conspirators.
Maxwell is serving a 20-year sentence for her role in Epstein's criminal network, and lawmakers on the House...
Only 20 years? I don't know. For this kind of people, I think it should be like more severe punishment. Just 20 years.
Oversight and government...
And she's basically the only one that is being punished. There is no other... The real criminals, the people who were involved in that, they are not in the prison. It was just Jeffrey Epstein's that they said he suicide, and Maxwell, who is now in the prison. But the real people who were harming girls, where are they? They are in the safe place. So because of that, like Trump received a massive backlash from even his party for not releasing the documents. But now, since a couple of days ago, there are some new pages.
Reform Committee had hoped her deposition would help crack open details around Epstein's enablers, not to mention fill in gaps exposed by millions of the newly released Justice Department files.
She's at the center of this most controversial issue, this issue that doesn't seem to go away and is damaging the reputations of Democrats and Republicans alike, of people in business, and some of the wealthiest and most powerful people on the planet.
But by not engaging with the substantive questions.
But it's not just Trump that he tried to avoid releasing the files. Biden also, he didn't release the files. But now at least there are some progress in in Trump administrations. At least there are more documents being released.
She delivered nothing new at a moment when answers are in high demand. Tony Hawk denies getting married on Epstein's island.
Do a kickflip! Out of my board.
Many of those named in the newly released Epstein files are scrambling to offer clarifications, and skateboarding legend Tony Hawk is one of them. You see, after his name surfaced in the documents, a wave of online speculation alleged one of his weddings took place on Jeffrey Epstein's private island. Hawk took to his Instagram stories to set the record straight, however, walking fans through the actual locations of his marriages: California, Fiji, and Ireland. He clarified that a photographer at his 2006 Fiji wedding was coincidentally named Mark Epstein, but had zero relation to Jeffrey. Hawk emphasized he's never named Mark clarified that a photographer at his 2006 Fiji wedding was coincidentally named Mark Epstein, but had zero relation to Jeffrey. Hawk emphasized he's never met the disgraced financier, never been to his island, and called the whole narrative, quote, nonsense that could be easily disproven with publicly verifiable details. Epstein dismisses victim in 2010 deposition video. In one of the most unsettling resurfaced clips tied to the latest Epstein disclosures, a 2010 deposition video shows Jeffrey Epstein being questioned about his 2008 guilty plea involving a person under 18.
Do you have any remorse for your actions against these victims that led to your plea of guilty?
Form argumentative.
Rather than address the facts of the case, Epstein is shown repeatedly deflecting, even responding that he didn't have a clue who his accuser was when lawyers referenced the individual at the center of his conviction.
I don't know.
The footage is striking in that it shows Epstein insisting he never pled guilty to anything involving anyone underage, despite the record stating otherwise.
I'd like to respond to each one of your questions. However, today my attorneys advised me I cannot, and they advised me I must assert my Sixth Amendment right, my Fifth Amendment right, and my 14th Amendment right under the U.S. Constitution.
His dismissive tone and attempts to minimize his actions left the attorney taken aback, asking why he pleaded guilty if he never knew the identity of his victim.
I'm taking now that you're saying you don't even know what those charges were about.
RFK Jr. and Jeffrey Epstein looked for dinosaur bones.
My plane rides with Jeffrey Epstein, I took 2 plane rides with him.
Among the newly released Epstein files, one...
Even JFK. What's the contact with him? We don't know yet. What was the relationship? So just 2 flight.
Curious detail stands out. RFK Jr. once joined Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell on an unusual stands out. RFK Jr. once joined Jeffrey Epstein.
RFK Jr. I said JFK. Sorry.
Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell on an unusual outing. Newly unsealed DOJ documents include a 2012 email between Epstein and Maxwell that casually references a, quote, dinosaur and fossil hunting trip in the Dakotas, and mentions that RFK Jr. was there too. According to the exchange and later interviews, the Health and Human Services Secretary once joined Epstein and Maxwell on a fossil hunting weekend in North Dakota with his family, long before Epstein's crimes were public.
Took my kids fossil hunting on the Pine Ridge Reservation in South Dakota, and those are, that was the extent of anything that I had to do with Jeffrey Epstein's airplane.
RFK Jr. has not been accused of any wrongdoing related to Epstein and has previously said he was unaware of Epstein's crimes. He simply describes the outings as innocent fossil excursions. The Norwegian ambassador resigns. In more political fallout tied to the latest Epstein.
Norwegian ambassador resigns as she faces scrutiny over contacts with Epstein. Oh my god, she was also in contact with him?
Epstein documents. Norway's ambassador to Jordan and Iraq, Mona Yule, announced that she was resigning after her past contacts with Jeffrey Epstein came under intense scrutiny. Yule, a veteran diplomat once central to the Oslo peace process, was already suspended while her government investigated how and why she interacted with Epstein, including reports that Epstein left money to her family in his will. Norway's foreign minister called her departure, quote, necessary, saying her association showed a serious lapse in judgment and damaged the trust required for her role. However, authorities are probing whether Yule received improper benefits from Epstein during her time in power.
I think they were just lying to the public. So I find it really, really disturbing, actually.
Prince William and Kate Middleton are, quote, deeply concerned about Epstein revelations.
In London, Prince William and Princess Catherine are expressing concern for Jeffrey Epstein's victims.
Prince William and Kate Middleton have broken their silence on the Epstein matter with a rare public comment. The royal couple say they are, quote, deeply concerned, and that their, quote, thoughts remain focused on the victims. Of course, this comes amid renewed scrutiny of William's uncle, the now
Yeah. Prince Andrew. Oh my god. He's in trouble. He already lost some of his titles. I think all of them. But he's still princess. He hasn't yet lost this one.
disgraced former Prince Andrew, whose long-standing association with Jeffrey Epstein has dogged the royal family for years. Andrew stepped back from royal duties in 2019 after public backlash over his friendship with Epstein, and was stripped of titles by King Charles in 2024.
Yes, 2024. Yeah, he was stripped.
William and Catherine distanced themselves from former Prince Andrew. Andrew lost his royal titles in October, and King Charles recently forced him out of his home near Windsor Castle.
However, William and Kate's statement signals how deeply the scandal has impacted the monarchy, and underscores the ongoing effort by senior royals to distance themselves from everything Epstein.
It is quite general, it is quite short, it's just a couple of sentences, but it's significant because it is the first time we've heard from them publicly.
Prince Andrew shared UK trade files with Epstein.
We start with breaking news. In the last few minutes, Thames Valley Police have confirmed that
Oh my god. He shared UK trade files with Epstein.
Last few minutes, Thames Valley Police have confirmed that they are assessing claims Andrew Mountbatten Windsor shared confidential reports with Jeffrey Epstein.
Speaking of the ex-Prince Andrew, the latest Epstein release has delivered yet another eyebrow-raising twist. Emails appear to show Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, the younger brother of King Charles, sending confidential British trade reports and official visit summaries to Jeffrey Epstein in 2010, shortly after receiving them from his office.
In one of those reports, he shared just 5 minutes after he himself had received it from his special advisor, and he also appears to have looped in Jeffrey Epstein into confidential reports about the investment opportunities in a reconstruction of Afghanistan.
The document.
Oh my god. He's really in trouble. Oh my god. He just when received the files from his advisor, he just sent it to Epstein. Wow.
These include records of official trips to places like Hong Kong, Singapore, and Vietnam, and even a confidential investment brief on Afghanistan's Helmand province. They were all forwarded to Epstein within minutes.
Emails in the latest batch of files released by the US Department of Justice appear to indicate that weeks earlier, on the 30th of November 2010, the then Prince received reports about his official visits as a British trade envoy to Vietnam, Singapore and China. 5 minutes later, he sent them to Epstein.
Thames Valley Police in the UK have said they're assessing the claims, including...
Wow. Ah my god, this sounds like espion.
Whether sharing such information could amount to misconduct or breaches of confidentiality rules.
Dirt, the stench of scandal, he just cannot escape it.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified and switch on notifications.
Standing together.
Standing together.
In a powerful video released during the 2026 Super Bowl, multiple victims stood together with photos of their released during the 2026 Super Bowl. Multiple victims stood together with photos of their younger selves in hand and black bars over their mouths. Together, they demand the release of millions of government files that remain sealed and heavily redacted.
Survivors are pleading with Congress to keep the issue alive. Many of them part of a high-profile ad that aired during last night's Super Bowl that pointed out all the redactions and the fact that more than 3 million files have yet to be released by the DOJ.
The PSA, produced with advocacy group World Without Exploitation, opened with a stark reminder that the Epstein Files Transparency Act was signed into law, yet only a fraction of the records has been made public.
This is an attempt by survivors of Jeffrey Epstein to keep up the pressure on the US Department of Justice to release all the Epstein files, not just the 3 out of 6 million that were made public last month.
The survivor...
Okay, just 6 million files and only 3 million has been published. Wow. Okay, Prince Andrew is just deeply in trouble. Oh my god, that man. And I think also Clinton.
Experts say this incomplete rollout obscures key truths about Epstein's network. They are urging Attorney General Pam Bondi to disclose all files so victims and the public.
This is so annoying. Beware unsubstantiated claims. Well, that's why I look into it. That's why I do it. And we are doing fact-checking in real time, okay? That's why we get shit wrong. And Poll was a psyop created by a Mossad agent to increase the influence of a dying Republican Party and then have a stranglehold.
What? Poll was created by a Mossad agent to increase the influence of the dying Republican Party to then have a stranglehold on the American governments. Wow, fair. First Israel FC, Tel Aviv impressed.
On the American government. Wow fares Israel. Yeah, there it is again. Creator and owner of 4chan, Chris Poole, was in contact with Epstein. Hackers revealed that half of the posts ever on Poll were from Israeli IP addresses. There it is, gentlemen. I don't have the theme song, queued up, but, we could play it. Poll was created by Mossad, but they couldn't control the narrative. Maybe. Yeah, it's like Poll being created by Mossad is the same thing like Yaqub creating white people. It's pretty much the same issue because so Mossad creates Poll in order to create like a right-wing contingency group, and then Poll over time just begins to decide that Jews are actually the bad guys and they're actually the ones that are the problem with everything. And it's the same thing that happened with Yaqub, is that in Africa, Yaqub made white people in a fucking laboratory, and then, everything was fine, but then they just started going haywire, and now the white people are causing all the problems, and they turned against them. Yeah, they bite the hands that feeds, exactly. And I don't believe that's true.
Oh my god, this conspiracy theories that everything is related like to Israel, this kind of thing is just Israel is trying to control the governments and this kind of things. I mean, if this is true, so they need to provide a very solid proofs. Otherwise, there is I do not believe them.
What are you, gay? What are you, some kind of gay? Is that it? You don't think it's true? Is that right? Poll was a psyop. Pizzagate was real. Epstein is an anon. Gillisane was a Reddit supermod. What the fuck is this shit, bros? Can you imagine, going back in time and telling somebody in 2016, what was Pizzagate again? Okay, so Pizzagate, a lot of people might have forgotten about Pizzagate. So Pizzagate was a pizza shop that was in I forgot where it was, and it was a guy that was involved with Hillary.
I'm also curious to know what is Pizzagate, because Pizzagate, since a couple of days ago, I'm seeing it on the internet.
Clinton. His name was John Podesta. And what was Pizzagate again? Okay, so Pizzagate, a lot of people might have forgotten about Pizzagate. So Pizzagate was a pizza shop that was in I forgot where it was, and it was a guy that was involved with Hillary Clinton. His name was John Podesta. And John Podesta, there was a lot of people that, and this is something, I almost don't want to say this, but it's just the truth, is that a lot of people use pizza as a euphemism for any sort of porn involving minors, right? Because CP is cheese pizza and it's also child pornography. That's the reason why. And so, and I'm just going to say it, right? Just say it. That's what it is. So that way, when you see people saying that, if you see people saying cheese pizza, Not porn, literal children? I know. Like, that's what I'm saying, right? That's it. And so why can't I hear anything? Yes, white sauce pizza, some crazy lore? Yeah. And so, again, my mom was totally fucking all researching this, looking into it. She believed everything about Pizzagate. She thought all of this stuff was real. And as I said earlier, if there is one thing, like...
Okay, so I'm going to search. Pizzagate. Okay. Pizzagate conspiracy theory. Okay. Pizzagate is thoroughly debunked conspiracy theory that falsely alleged high-ranking Democratic Party officials, including Hillary Clinton, were running a child sex trafficking ring out of basement of Comet Ping Pong, a pizzeria in Washington, despite being repeatedly disproven by law enforcement and investigative journalists. The theory had significant real-world consequences and served as a foundational precursor to the QAnon movement. Okay, QAnon, I know it. I mean, QAnon, I think it was more famous during the COVID period. I heard their name, their movements during that time. Key facts and timeline. Origin, late 2016. The theory emerged after WikiLeaks published hacked emails from John Podesta, Clinton's campaign chairman. Users on platforms like 4chan and Reddit claimed mundane footer. Cheese, hot dog, pasta were secret code for child pornography and sex acts. The shooting accident. Okay. The Edgar Madison, a 28 years old from North Carolina, entered a Comet Ping Pong armed with an AR-15 and a handgun to self-investigate. He fired shots to a locked door, which led to a computer storage room, not a dungeon, and found no evidence of children. He was sentenced to 4 years in prison. It was in 2017. Okay, major debunking evidence. No basement. The restaurant doesn't have a basement, which was the central location of the alleged crimes. Okay. Falsified images. Many clues were based on unrelated Instagram photos, such as a man in a J'aime l'enfant t-shirt, which was actually a reference to the L'Enfant Cafe Bar named after DC designer Pierre Charles L'Enfant. Okay. The theory was a resurgence in early 2026 following the release of Jeffrey Epstein's court documents, with online users attempting to link pizza-related mentions to the file to the original conspiracy. Oh my god. But I don't understand how people just going and believe this everything that they see and hear.
I have missed my mom recently more than any other time, and it's not because I'm nostalgic. It's because all of her conspiracy theories are coming true. What? They're all coming true. Like fucking COVID being fake, the election potentially being stolen, Pizzagate being real, it just everything. fucking everything. Like, she was sitting there. My mom in 2020 was sitting there on 4chan listening to Nick Fuentes and fucking watching Alex Jones video, listening to Nick Fuentes, just everything. Fucking everything. Like, she was sitting there. My mom in 2020 was sitting.
Oh my god. 2020 Nick Fuentes, he was active since then.
There on 4chan listening to Nick Fuentes and fucking watching Alex Jones videos all day. All day. She was in there right on the ground floor.
Okay, so I will see what's the relation. Why are you saying that it's true? And Epstein files. Okay, what is the relationship of Pizzagate and Epstein's file? Okay, the relationship between Pizzagate and Jeffrey Epstein's files is primarily defined by the 2026 revival of the debunked conspiracy theories following a massive release of official documents. The pizza mentions 2026 data release. In early 2026, the U.S. Department of Justice released millions of pages of internal documents related to Epstein as mandated by a Transparency Act. Online users discovered that the word pizza appears roughly 900 times in the files. Conspiracy claim. Proponents of Pizzagate argue this volume of mentions proves that the word was used as coded language for child trafficking, mirroring claims from the 2016 John Podesta email leaks. Factual context. Official and legal experts noted that the mentions often appears in routine contexts, ordering launch or social plans spanning years before the Pizzagate theory even existed. Okay, crossover of key figures. The documents sparked renewed focus on figures already targeted by Pizzagate and QAnon. John Podesta mentions of the former Clinton campaign chairman in the Epstein files were used by terrorists to bridge the two narratives. Erinko and Hodges. Newly released iMessage exchange involving individuals like Erinko and Roy and Stephanie Hodges features references to pizza. These were seized upon by TikTok. These were seized upon by TikTok and X users to claim a 2016 conspiracy theory was validated. While Pizzagate 2016 was a purely fictional narrative based on misunderstood emails, the Epstein's case involved documented criminal conducts and verified victims. Factual to hold. Experts state that the real crimes committed by Epstein provide a factual toehold that makes believers more likely to accept unfounded Pizzagate claim. Okay, so there is no yet proof that anything is true about that. Conspiracy movement have merged the two into a single, broader narrative about the global elite sex trafficking ring, moving away from the specific focus on the comet ping pong pizzeria toward a more general anti-establishment worldview. Okay, authorities continue to warn that linking the Epstein's investigations to the debunked Pizzagate theory is misleading and lacks evidence. So I don't understand why he's saying that it's being true. These two different things, but I will see.
Yep, and she was there smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, on oxygen, eating chocolate in handfuls, eating Taco Bell, chugging Pepsis, watching Ancient Aliens, and getting involved in conspiracy theories. 70 years old. That's it. Living like a champ she was, bro. Like, she was. Good way to go out. She did. And the thing is that she went out, like, overall, right? I mean, she never compromised. She never would compromise. And let me tell you something. It's a lot funnier now because back then it ruined my life. But looking back on it, it's fucking funny. It really is. And your father's a lucky man? Yeah. Anyway, a cigarette sounds like college for me, minus the O2. Yeah, sure. And did she predict Trump potentially blowing Bill Clinton? She thought that basically a lot of the people that were involved were, they would have to do some sort of act in order to, basically, this is her belief, is that, Jesus Christ, I should have written a lot of these down. I recorded her explaining some of her conspiracy theories, but like, I don't think you guys can understand this. Let me see if I have an image here that I can just show you guys. This might take me a couple of minutes. I apologize. Here, I'm trying to see if I can find one, and where I show you that we had about. Is this it? No, that's not it. God damn, there's so many fucking stupid photos I have in here, and yeah, I have no idea where the hell this is. Then I find a photo. Let me just make sure there's nothing that's problematic on here on the image and show it to you right now. What we had growing up, right? Yes. I just screenshotted it, so it's not great. This is all good. Yeah, it is. Okay. I just screenshotted it, so it's not great. This is just simply one bookcase. And for context, that's a ladder. What? Yeah. Holy. And this is, by the way, there's like 4 of these in the house. Yeah. It's not bad. Yeah, exactly. That's all he's in the house. Yeah. Yeah. Holy. And about the image being small. Is this all good? Yeah, it is. Okay. I just screenshotted it, so it's not great. This is just...
the camera. Okay. Okay, the camera is back again. Okay, sir, guys. I don't know why that happened.
Simply one bookcase. And for context, that's a ladder. Yeah. Holy. And this is, by the way, there's like 4 of these in the house. Yeah. It's not bad. Yeah, exactly. That's a lot of books. It is. That's a lot of books. And that's actually also after we had to get rid of a lot of them, too. So whenever she would explain things, you got to understand, like, this is all she would do. Like, you think about it, she would just get high, play World of Warcraft, and read about conspiracy theories. And if you think about it, you know, Bruce Lee once said that he doesn't fear the man who knows how to do 1,000 punches or 10,000 punches, but he does fear the man who's done one punch 10,000 times. Imagine somebody that spends 50 years doing this.
Oh my God. 50 years just reading about conspiracy theories and having it in your belief system. It's tough.
It's nuts, man. I mean, nowadays, all conspiracy theories linked to the bullshit with Israel. They sure do. And
yeah, this is for sure. Everything happened. Everything in the world happened. There are always conspiracy theories that related that situation, that problem, or that topic in general to Israel somehow. I don't know how they manage it to relate it everything to Israel, but you know, they do it.
Yeah, there it is. That describes me. Did you listen to Bill Cooper and Jordan Maxwell? Probably, yeah. And you didn't want a better price for the spell books? Yeah, sure, right? Have a stream going through every single book. Well, anyway, every single conspiracy has turned out to be true. I don't even know what to say. I don't. And so anyway, what did I tell you guys? For years, I said the culture war stuff was...
Why is saying that it's becoming true? There is nothing about Pizzagate that it's true. Pizzagate was something else. But I don't know what is in the documents. What's the relationship with pizza and the like sex trafficking that he was doing? I don't know, but hopefully I will figure it out.
Manufactured by the capitalist class. And also, by the way, I said many times that I thought Occupy Wall Street was the closest thing that we had ever came to having class consciousness, right? And because of that, all of the elites panicked and they injected the Democrat Party and all of politics with identity politics to keep people infighting about, oh, but you're gay? I'm black. Oh, what are you? I don't know what I am. Oh, that's special. And that's
yeah, and because of that, we will give you a job. Oh my God, you have more chance to get a job. Oh my God. I mean, one of the reasons that Trump could win the election, it was because of identity politics. Because he said that he said many times that he will end this topic for one time for always, and people likes that, so people supported him.
That's it. And transgender and everything else, because it was always a thing, but it got dialed way up after 2010, didn't it? It sure did. So we have right here, when did Occupy Wall Street really happen? From September 17th to November 2000, Wall Street, it sure did. So we have right here, when did Occupy Wall Street really happen?
Okay, Occupy Wall Street. So it's so what I'm going to do, guys, I'm just a little bit tired. I prefer to stop the stream and continue it tomorrow, after tomorrow. I'll come back, and a very high possibility tomorrow at night I will do another stream, but I will try to start the stream earlier because now I'm a little bit tired, and I want to know more about what's going on with Epstein files and the conspiracy theories that existed since 2016, like Pizzagate and QAnon, because you know these with these Epstein files, these documents that has been released a couple of days ago, these conspiracies, you know, they are coming they are becoming trends. So I want to see what's going on. So have a good night, guys. See you tomorrow.